Hi again, this is me strimming at one of my regular jobs. This area of grass hasn't, I don't think it's been cut this year at all. I don't usually do the grass at this job, actually I did the other week for the first time. Usually she did it and a neighbour had been doing it recently. She's got a ride on a lawnmower, a lawn flight one I think it is, but it's not very good. But this bit was behind a hedge at the back, so it had been sort of forgot about. So I thought, I just cut the hedge in between, so I thought I'd give it a trim. I thought the grass would be thicker than it was, and I'm using my FS450 here still, and it was a bit easy for her. I really could have used my FS90 actually, it would have done it, but I thought I'd give this a run out sort of thing. And with the shoulder strap and the cow horn handlebar, it's a little bit easier when you're using it prolonged, which I suppose I was about half an hour doing this. So yeah, what I'm planning to do is clear this area up where I am, and if you can see all around the back, a lot of areas like that, all the shrubs in that need cutting back and that, so my chipper will be out to sort out a lot of the rubbish from that, so we'll just work our way through. This is a regular job that should, all being well, carry on through the winter, so we can try and get this garden sorted. And right over the back there, sort of if you look in the middle of the screen, there's a sort of fence in the distance. I've got to do that as well, I think, sometime over winter, so there's plenty to do at this job, so this one should keep me busy. Yeah, the FS450 worked really well. This is probably, I think, the first quality tool I ever bought. I've probably had it 12 years now. I had one before. Yeah, I bought it off, the one I had before I bought off a sort of a repair person I know. You know, he repaired garden machinery, bits and pieces, and that was in the days before I went on eBay and that, so it had a carb problem, so I bought a brand new carb for that, and that worked well for probably a year or two. And this job I did all them years ago, she had horses, so I sort of had to string around the paddocks, and you know, there was quite a lot of work, and there was trees in that there, so I sort of had to trim quite sort of fairly big areas. So the FS450 was great for that. But one day I was using it and it sort of died. So I looked into it. I didn't know much about strimmers, repairing them or anything much then. I looked into it and the piston was all damaged. So I purchased a new one because the strimmers were about sort of £500, £450–500. But because there was no sort of anywhere I could buy sort of pattern parts then, I had to buy genuine. So I think a new pot and piston in them days was £200, believe it or not, and I bit the bullet and bought it. And then I used it for about an hour, and the same thing happened again. The crank bearings had come out and damaged all the pot and piston, so that was a real sort of kick in the teeth, that was, because it was a lot of money to spend out for something that's no good really. I think I actually sold the strimmer, spares or repair, for 70 odd quid at the end. But this one, then I went and bought this one. It was about 450. They did it a bit cheaper than it sort of showed in the catalogue. And the lady who I was working for in them times, times ago, so she gave me £100 towards this strimmer. So as a sort of Christmas tip, I think it was. So that did help out. So actually, this cost me, if you class that as helping, this cost me about £350, and it doesn't come out much nowadays, to be honest. It's only for the sort of heavier grass jobs and that we do. But it's a handy tool to have when you need it, especially if, as I've got the tractor going now, if anybody asks me to trim around the right close to the edges and that, around the fencing and that, this is a tool I'd be using. I have just sorted out a FS85, a lighter one of these with the cow horn handlebars, and my partner doesn't do much trimming, but if we do get a job like round paddocks and that, she would have to use one. So I think I'm going to hang on to the FS85 for her, because it's quite a light one, and it's got a reasonable amount of power. So, but yeah, so that was so actually an FS450 still sort of makes me takes me back to when I sort of started gardening, really. And yeah, I've had this one. I reckon I've had this one about 11-12 years probably. Because my partner used to help me at this job years ago, and then we had our daughter who's 13 now, and when my partner time off when she had our daughter, I carried on the job on my own. I think I got £56 for 8 hours work in them days, so that'd be well below minimum wage. I think it was £7 an hour, so whatever that works out, it was around about 50 odd quid, I remember. And actually when my partner helped me before she left to have our daughter, it was actually £5 an hour each. So yeah, then I think minimum wage is £8 odd now, so we were sort of well under that. But then again, it was quite a while ago, but we weren't very well paid. They got quite good value for money. I used to have to do a lot of weeding and that there, and I found the job quite boring, to be honest. Went on for 7 years. Right at the end, my partner did come back and help again, but the jobs they moved in the end and to a smaller place, so they didn't need a garden anymore. So yeah, and I did one along the road and that as well, and that sort of started at the same time, finished at the same time. But I'm glad they finished because it actually brought on better things. Well, here we are to the end of the video nearly now, and this is what it turned out like. As you can see, it's all sort of neat and tidy now. Get a mower over that next time. And yeah, you can see, well, there, that's a lawn we cut. We actually cut that the week before we did this. Someone had cut and left all the grass all over the lawn, so I tidied it up with her mower. Just went over it slowly and collected it. She's got a collector on hers. And you see that hedge there. I'm jumping around a bit with the camera here, but you can see all around the side of the garden. It's all these bits. I've got to work my way all through that lot. So there is a lot of cutting back there. And there's a hedge I cut a few weeks back. So yeah, there's plenty of work to do here. There's a rubbish heap what we've been using, but yeah, I'll get the chip, and there's like a path behind here, so I'll chip the rubbish up and sort of recover the path, because there has been stuff on there before, like bark, but she just wants it sort of, it'll help hold the weeds down a little bit. But yeah, you can sort of see through there how dense it is, but there's sort of a path the other side and some laurel the other side of that. So yep, plenty to do here. I've been here about since sort of the new year, I think. We've been coming here, and it's not a bad job. There's plenty to do, and it's a good one because it's going to carry on hopefully through the winter.